Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Fire! Yeah, so I'm a dummy. I assumed that this dedicated review would be for Shang-Chi. Every new Disney/Marvel release has been on Disney Plus, so I assumed this would have been the same. But nope. If I did the smart person thing, I would have found out that it wouldn't be released on streaming until after its 45-day theatrical run. Oops, my bad. To be fair, I covered my base by saying that my next week's reviews were possibly, so can't get too mad at me, y'all. In retrospect, I'm thrilled this is taking its place. This one kind of took me by surprise because I half expected that Scorpion's Revenge was a one-off and they'd be more focused on their DC animated movies. But color me full of happiness because when I found out that this was not only announced, but not too far off in the future, ooh, I was excited. Seriously, I feel like I just watched the trailer for the first time just a couple weeks ago. Wag, y'all need to give me time to process and get hyped. Hey, I'm over the moon right now, so let's get to it. This is my honest opinion of Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. EarthRealm's victory in the Mortal Kombat tournament is short-lived, as the forces of Outworld have begun an invasion against EarthRealm's champions. The battle comes to a halt when the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn, voiced by Fred Tatasciore, appears and offers EarthRealm a deal. One final Mortal Kombat tournament held in Outworld to end all future Mortal Kombat tournaments. Earth's God of Thunder Raiden, reprised by Dave B. Mitchell, agrees to these terms and brings EarthRealm's defenders to Outworld. Meanwhile, Scorpion, reprised by Patrick Seitz, has escaped the Netherrealm again and is being hunted by the mad and fallen Elder God Shinnok, voiced by Robin Atkin Downes, who reveals that Scorpion is infused with a magic key that will unlock a tomb that holds the ancient Kamidogu on Earth, wants it for unknown nefarious reasons, and has hired the Lin Kuei assassins to track him down.
You have long straddled the fence between light and dark, Hanzo. It is time you pick a side.
Yeah, so if my summary makes it sound like that this movie has a lot going on, that's because it does. And that's not even all of it. One would assume that this is just an adaptation of Mortal Kombat 2, the video game. But in reality, it's an adaptation of 2, 3, 4, and 11. I'm not even joking. That is not an exaggeration. It's a lot. And it's all just smushed into this Frankenstein of a film. It is bloated like Bo Raicho's ass. It's as uneven as a boss fight against Shao Kahn. It is as stupid as Mortal Kombat Deception's Motor Combat.
Fatality.
And yet, it's kind of amazing. It's so unapologetic. My inner sociopath orgasmed many times over the intense violence. I could not be the least bit more satisfied. Okay, yes, I could be, but I was thoroughly happy with what I got here. Yeah, so the movie just opens on Helm's Deep. Not even joking. It is straight up Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings if it was just R-rated. And it's about as awesome as that sounds. The action scenes as a whole are great. They damn well better be. It's a Mortal Kombat property after all. And I've seen Mortal Kombat movies drop the ball in the action scenes, and boy does it pain a grown man's soul. But here the action is done justice. It's over the top, violent as hell. Favorites include Jax vs. Kintaro, that 5-on-1 with Scorpion, that poor dude, attacked by both Cyrax and Sector, then by Sub-Zero, then Smoke enters the picture, then it's all three cyber ninjas on Scorpion. I never thought I would see the day where I would feel sorry for Scorpion.
Papa, why didn't you save me?
But this fight, there's so much nonsense that it becomes absolutely hilarious. I have many more favorites, but that teeters into spoiler territory, and I'll leave that to a raw viewing. Just warms the soul, don't it? I'm way too embarrassed to admit just how many times I cheered out loud to this thing, but this deserved it. Not afraid to do some cool stuff and give fans what they want in an MK flick.
They will not take this temple. As long as we stand, it stands.
As long as we stand, it stands.
I'm sure there's going to be more than a few folks out there that'll criticize just how much story was packed into this. And they're not wrong doing so. When I said that this was an adaptation of like 4 or 5 games, I really wasn't kidding. The tournament to end all tournaments is MK2. Outworld's invasion of Earthrealm, MK3. Shinnok having a prominent appearance, MK4. Maybe even 10 if that's more your flavor. And without giving too much away, let's just say it ends in a very MK11 kind of way. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, how the hell do they manage to do that? Not well, let me tell you. It's held together by spit and used scotch tape. All of these elements are shoehorned in so desperately that you can practically hear the animators screaming, "Quick, throw this in there!" In addition to what the Earthrealm defenders are doing in Outworld, you also have Shinnok, who secretly hired the Lin Kuei to track down Scorpion. Okay, hold up, stop. We have to talk about that scene and why it highlights why Shinnok is one of the most forgettable villains in the MK universe. So Shinnok brings back Scorpion. He reveals that Scorpion's soul is infused with a key that unlocks a secret chamber to the Earthrealm Kamidogu. Scorpion asks, "If I refuse?" Shinnok's all like, "I'll kill you and bring you back to kill you again." How does that make sense? Scorpion's whole thing is that he's already dead. Anyway, Shinnok makes that threat and... I'm sorry, but this has to be seen to be believed.
You cannot escape me. I can try.
And he promptly escapes. Mad God. More like incompetent God. Wow. MK4's big bad, and this is how committed he is to his threats. Oh, everybody stand back. We got Twinkle Toes over here, and he might do nothing to you. Fear the nothing.
He has escaped us before.
Then find me someone who can do it for you.
Back on track. So now the movie stops to set up Kuai Liang Sub-Zero and my boy Smoke as besties, and the Lin Kuei tasking the ninjas to hunt down Scorpion. But not before dropping the bombshell that the two BFFs have to be turned into robots. Hey, Cyrax and Sector, come to join the party? Why not? It's already bloated. What's a little extra fat? Hey, does anyone else feel like Cyrax's face is a little small-ish? I mean, Sector looks fine, but yeah, Cyrax looks a little off to me. Anyway, notice how many characters we already have in just 20 minutes. Anyone can guess that most of these characters will just end up being jobbers, especially the villains, but it's pretty crowded. And some obvious fan favorites won't get their due diligence. I personally got a nice compromise out of it that I got to see Smoke in his ninja form and basically go down protecting his best friend, so Smoke's a homie. Okay, but now I gotta act like I give a crap about the negatives, and I really don't. All I'm really doing is acknowledging that they're there, and more as a fan of the franchise rather than like a critic. I think this needs to be highlighted because I thought I was going crazy and really tripped me out. Look at the credits here. Gray Griffin voiced Melina? Say freaking what? Melina was not in this movie. And I don't see a voice credit for Lee May. So did someone royally screw up and think Lee May was Melina? Wildly different characters, Wag. Emily O'Brien voiced Scarlet? Where was Scarlet? I don't see no Scarlet. Anyone else see a red scantily clad lady ninja anywhere in this thing? There's not even a post-credits scene to explain this away. Wait. Where's Jade's voice credit? Where the is Jade's voice credit? Did someone confuse Scarlet with Jade? How? Lee May and Melina at least both wear pink. Actually, Melina wears pink and Lee May wears purple, but my brain is breaking apart right now and I need something to make sense. But how do you confuse Jade and Scarlet? And hold up, 2 voice actors for Devora? I mean, fine, I bet this is more for the action, nondescript whoas and what have you, but why? Oh, and to add confusion even further, look at the credits on IMDb. Jade's voice credit is Emily O'Brien, and Scarlet's name is nowhere to be found, and Devora is voiced by only Deborah Wilson. What am I supposed to believe here? Answers! Wag! Answers! Address this, please!
I don't get it. It's okay, little fella. I don't either.
Now, I do admit here, one of the more interesting ideas is how they integrate Raiden and getting him involved in the fight scenes themselves. Usually in the live action stuff and even Scorpion's Revenge, he's more of a mentor or, let's be real here, a glorified referee. But this movie managed to find a way to actually justify him fighting. And that is to sacrifice his godhood. Okay, technically that was done in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but that was a very contrived reason why he gave up his godhood.
After living among the humans, do you truly believe them worth saving?
More than anything I know.
Do you love them enough to sacrifice your immortality?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm following the logic, I promise. The point is, the reason why he's not allowed to be a fighter is because he's immortal in a tournament called Mortal Kombat.
I wish to enter the tournament on behalf of Earthrealm.
Impossible. It is called Mortal Kombat.
Somehow I never pieced that together. Maybe I've just been overthinking it all this time. But now he can be in on the action, and it's a pretty interesting idea to have Raiden become mortal. Unlike Annihilation, this is given real weight. How would a god who has existed for who knows how long react to mortality? This kind of taps into that, and we see a new side to Raiden. Vulnerability.
I am merely getting used to life as a
Mortal.
I will be fine. I promise.
Why does that smile break my heart? You know what it is? It's because it's a very mortal thing to do. The guy is clearly lying to himself more than to Liu Kang. In retrospect, I really wish this was given a lot more depth, and we could have legit had some emotions in this movie that would have worked. But because of everything else that happens in this thing, we're not allowed to have nice things. Just like we're not allowed to have accurate credits. I'm sorry, I'm still not over that.
You are willing to sacrifice your godhood.
So be it.
Here's a hot take for everyone. Johnny Cage kind of annoys me now. His only reason to be in this movie is to relentlessly hit on Sonya, and it's not funny. Maybe it's just me, but Johnny seems more like his MK9 counterpart, but cranked up to 11. Thankfully, at least in the video games, this is corrected in the sequels 10 and 11. But as it stands in this movie, I fully understand why Sonya doesn't like him. And not for a second do I believe that his personality has wooed the panties off of the most desperate of women. I miss the original timeline, Johnny. Sure, he had a cocky attitude, but he was grounded when he needed to be. He knew how to take things seriously and had an honorable streak about him. That's part of what made him so beloved. He was the comic relief, but he was still a person. He's practically a parody of who he once was in this movie.
Don't be such a baby! It's just a kick in the nuts!
Oh yeah, and getting kicked in the vag is nothing, right? Don't kid yourself, ladies. The world knows the truth. I really feel like wrapping up this review before it turns into a deep dive. All I will say is that the ending is rushed and feels like this is supposed to be the final movie in this 2-film franchise. I hope not, but they practically went through all the games. What else is there to do? Is anyone looking forward to a Shujinko movie? I don't know, man. This was a weird entry, but I'm kind of happy with what I was given. It's balls to the wall, and I had a crap load of fun. This may not be popular with fans who wanted an adaptation of a single video game to keep things focused. But if you like pure fan service, then this is going to be a wild ride. I'm recommending it. My honest rating for Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms, a strong 4 out of 5.
Fatality.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Hope to see you soon. One final caveat as you guys move on with your day. I've decided to test my luck at a Patreon, so please consider supporting the channel. No obligations, of course. No content is gated off, but any and all support would mean a lot. Links in the description. Have a great one, folks.